everybody, what's up? Welcome. Today we are in Athens, Greece, and we are exploring, we are seeing the Acropolis, all kinds of stuff, so come along. So welcome to the village of Piraeus, I think that's how you say it. That is the port town that we sailed into, and then we drove an hour into Athens to the Acropolis. Let me tell you, the Acropolis was busy. Now, I wouldn't come here on my own. I would really probably only come here with a tour guide, only because there are so many people. It is so busy, congested, whole nine yards. You would not get the full effect of it otherwise. But we walked our way up to the Acropolis and then we walked our way right back down. It was actually really, really cool to see, and just to see the history and how things are still standing. From there, our tour guide took us on a couple of back little alleyway streets on a nice little walk to, I want to say it was Plaka, something like that. So from there we had lunch at a restaurant that had been around since 1879. It was phenomenal. So we had gyros or gyros, and then we also had Greek salad, and from there we had a little bit of time to go shopping and listen to music. That evening, back on the ship, we got to do the Macarena with our crew, and then we pretty much went to sleep because it had been a really, really long day. Welcome to the port city of Kusadasi, Turkey. This was our stop to see Ephesus, but first I needed some coffee. Thankfully, the first stop that we went to, I actually found a Turkish coffee stand, and let me tell you, it completely and utterly made my day. So our very first stop was actually the House of the Virgin Mary, but because they don't allow any filming or photo stuff, I didn't get any footage, just out of respect for the site and everything. But that view driving down was gorgeous. It was breathtaking and it was beautiful. From there we did go to the ruins of Ephesus, and fun fact, they have cats all over the ruins. I have so many pictures of me. You can see right there a little bit in the footage. There are some kitties sitting in the shade, and they all must have just known I was a cat mom or something, because every cat I encountered I was able to pet and give them ear scratchies. So we got to see the library, we got to see their amphitheater, and from there we went to, it was called Pine Bay Resort. It was actually on the water on the beach for a buffet lunch. That chocolate cake won the game. It was so amazing. It was like fudgy and good. But let me take you guys on a tour of everything. So there was multiple different flavors of baklava. There was even chocolate, pistachio, whole nine yards. That cake, some sort of a pudding, these like little donuts that were dipped in like sugar, a lot of fresh fruit. Honestly, the watermelon, I had never tasted watermelon that was so good. Now, one thing that was surprising, they actually had spaghetti and french fries. Now, I kind of figured they would have like french fries and things like that, but the spaghetti kind of made me chuckle. They had this spiced chicken that was slow roasted that was amazing. And then they had seasoned beef, which was also really, really good. It actually kind of made me think of like gyro meat almost. And then salads galore. They were so good. There was this one salad that I swear basically was tzatziki, but they just added extra veggies and so that they could call it a salad. It was so good. We were able to eat to our heart's content, so I tried a little bit of everything, and there were definitely some things that stood out and some things that were very interesting flavor-wise. The hotel in general was just absolutely gorgeous. It was all marble and granite and just open and spacious, and had this like botanical garden in the middle of it. It was really cool. So from there we did go to a Turkish rug presentation. Because the Turkish rugs are all made by hand, the government actually says that if you go on any sort of a tour, all tours have to end with a presentation. Now, it kind of made me think of the scene from Aladdin where in the marketplace where everything is just going crazy, because we just had rugs going left and right and it was amazing. Now, they did not give you any pressure to buy anything, but my mom did actually go home with a rug. So from there, I did do a little bit of shopping. At the presentation, they actually gave us this tea, which was amazing, so I got some of the tea to bring home. And then that evening on board, we went to see Ben Hart, who is an illusionist and a magician. He was on Britain's Got Talent, and just his presentation was amazing. He is somebody that I would pay money to go and see. So we absolutely enjoyed. And again, this was another early night, because these days in the ports in the Mediterranean are like 8-9 hours long. It's crazy. The next day, no rest for any of us. The next day, we are in the beautiful island of Santorini. So this was the only port visit that we had to tender to. Now what that means is the ship is off in the water, and then we took a small boat to the shore. Our first stop was actually in the Bronze Age village of Akrotiri. It was discovered in 1967 and has been excavated ever since. It is still an active excavation site, but it was buried by a volcano eruption. Then we went to a winery for some tasting. We had some olives, some tomato paste. It made me think of ketchup basically, but it was like you spread it on with your cheese. And then we tasted a white, a rosé, and a dessert wine. I do have the website, so I think I may end up ordering some bottles and having them shipped over, but the views were just breathtaking. And the water was just so blue. I've never seen water this blue before. And then just with the white buildings compared to the blue, it was gorgeous. Now Santorini, we did go to the village of Oia. It's O-I-A, but it's pronounced Oia. Crazy crowded. This really isn't a place I don't think I personally would pick to go, just because I don't really like crowds all that much. But again, the views were breathtaking. They're some of the most picturesque, iconic views that you could ever get. And then we had lunch at a place called Scala. Started off with some Greek salad, some spanakopita, some fava beans right there. And just, oh my goodness, I could have just eaten my way through the whole entire week with the Greek salad, plain and simple. Like some feta cheese, some olive oil, some tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, like just chef's kiss kind of a thing. And then we had Chilean sea bass for our lunch, and then baklava for dessert. Like, just how amazing is that? From there, we then decided to get the tender back. Now, we weren't leaving. This was probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon. We weren't actually leaving until about 7 o'clock. You can see Fira. That's the main village where most people go on Santorini, and you can either walk up or take the donkey up. But we had a different option that let us just take the tenders straight back. And just, this is when we were departing. But how beautiful are just the colors and when everything is lit up, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Again, because it had been such a long day, we really didn't do the main dining room that night. We actually went up to Windjammer, which is Royal Caribbean's buffet. And that evening, the theme was Taste of Mexico. So you had a lot of Mexican-inspired foods and stuff like that. Now, I will say one thing about Windjammer is the food is very fresh. For a buffet, they do a really good job of keeping things from sitting, and they switch things out very frequently, but they have like build your own salad bar, they have a legit nice dessert table, all sorts of things that you can imagine. They have vegetarian options, meat-friendly options, they have local inspired options along with options for those themes for each night, and each night is a different theme night. It has soups, salads, veggies, meats, pastas, a grill with burgers, like everything you can imagine. A carving station, oh my god, everything. So that's what we chose to do that night, just because, again, we had been in the sun for the entire day and we were tired, and we had another really big day the next day. So those are days 4, 5, and 6 of our cruise. We still have 4 more days left. Thank you so much for watching today's video, everybody, and I will see you all for tomorrow when we wrap up our cruise.